second or third part of your life.
Yeah.
Do you have any things that you want to
Absolutely, man. So when I was with KCC, one of my biggest dreams was to retire at KCC, go into coaching at KCC, you know, do my time, and then become a head coach. And from there, I really wanted to change the culture. Like, I knew it was going to be tough. I knew I was going to hear a lot of chansori, but like I was ready for that, you know, because it was like personal for me. And then, you know, like I have love for people. I love my Korean people. And I see these young guys out here busting their ass, man, like such good people. Like, work hard, listen, like whatever the coaches want, they'll do. They'll put it on the line. But they're being like misguided. And then after being misguided, when the results aren't what the coaches or whoever want, then they're getting scolded for that. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like,
even by the fans, right?
Yeah, so it's like, it's not the players' fault. They try, man, I'm telling you. I've played 7 years in Europe, and when I came over here and I saw what the Korean guys was going through, I was like, this is unbelievable. And they do it. They basically playing 11 months out of the year of basketball, training 11 months.
They don't have the concept of training camp. They just do it
all year. But these players do it. Their knees go out, their ankles, they'll rupture tendons in their ankles, won't get surgery, and just play. You know what I'm trying to say? So these guys are putting everything on the line and just being misguided. So it's like, for me, it's personal. Oh, so back to the question. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I wanted to coach at KCC and really change the culture, and then be successful. And then once I'm 60, I wanted to be national team coach.
I heard that, yeah.
And and then, you know, just make a change. But now that that's over, I really don't even want to. I don't want to coach in the KBL. I don't want anything to do with that. So now I want to open up my academy. And I mean, I don't know how big of a change I can make with an academy, but at least I can put my influence out there as like, this is real ball. You know, like, you know, like, I'm give my kids confidence. Like, we don't do any negative talking in my academy. You know, everything's positive. We follow dreams. You know, whatever you can imagine, try it. And of course, you know, teach English, because shit, it's 2020, man. Let's get our English up. And then eventually, after I succeed here, I want to open one up in California. Like, I have family in the Irvine, Orange County side. I would like to open one there, and kind of do like a exchange student kind of program, or like an AAU team, and have like, you know, elite kids and some trainers or some ex-KBL players who, you know, how they don't go to school while they're players, so what are they going to do after? They kind of have to go under the huesa and like do some bum jobs. Like, no, if you want to do something bigger, like, hey, I have an academy in the States. You go out there, work, and do something else, get some other experience, and just live your life, you know.
Good for them as well.
Good for them, you know. Like I said, I love people, man, and so like, yeah, I would like to have an AU team, and then have kids go out there to play in some tournaments, and some maybe some kyopos out there who want to come to Korea and play ball here, because maybe they have dreams of playing a KBL or whatever, and just like more of connecting and stuff like that.
A lot of players, like Korean players, you know, Lee Hyunjung, have you heard of it? Like going to Davidson.
Yeah, I saw it on the internet. Yeah, I don't know him, but I saw that.
There's a lot of young kids, you know, going to NBA camps, you know, going to.
Man, I love it. I love that, like, really, and like, even Dash, Taesung이, like, that when he went there, went to college, and he went for the G League, and like, I love that. I'm like, bro, do it. Don't be scared. Like, the worst thing you can do is just settle and just get sucked into the system here. That is the worst thing you can do. Try. You have one life to live. You're only going to be a certain age one time. Your body's only going to be that fit one time. Try it, man.
So, as you've experienced it, you know, life as an NCAA player and maybe Europe, do you have any like advice to give the young generation? Like, for Korean kids, you know, English is like a second language, so they gotta do their English, and what else do they gotta prepare, college and stuff?
Oh, from like being from Korea and having to go there. Oh man.
I mean, like the system is real different, right?
Yeah.
It's like a student-athlete system, right? You gotta study as well.
Yeah, I would say the studying part. I would say the studying part would probably be the most difficult one. But far as like living in basketball, I feel like they'll love it.
They love it. Yeah.
They'll love it. It'd be like drinking some subak juice, like on a hot day, man. They'll be like, oh, nomu mashita. Like, they'll love it, man. I feel like they'll love it. It'll be a breath of fresh air for them.
I saw your stat sheets. I
Yeah.
googled it up.
I got buckets in college.
Actually, you had a lot of awards,
Mhm.
and I saw something interesting was that like your 3-point game was like 28% in freshman.
Yeah.
And it kind of incrementally increased to
Yeah.
like 40.
Yeah.
40 is like a shooter, right?
Yeah. I won the NCAA 3-point contest too.
Three-point
Yeah.
contest. So what kind of change did you have?
Confidence.
Confidence.
Yeah. I mean, my freshman year, I want to say when I was younger, I was a little bit immature, a little bit sensitive.
Mhm.
So my freshman year, I started off really well. I won ACC Freshman of the Week first 3 weeks in a row. Like, I was balling. And then we played Kentucky, and they beat us by like 39.
Just walking
Yeah.
on.
And then, I heard got some bad press, didn't really have like the support that I needed
Right.
from a little kid, and it kind of just put me
Right.
down. So I had to kind of build myself up from there. And it was more just confidence. And that's what I really preach, that basketball is confidence. You can have the ugliest jumper, but if you're confident and you feel like it's going to go in, it's going to most likely go in.
I heard a podcast from Andre Iguodala. You know him?
Uh-huh.
He said that when you have a coach that truly believes in you, then you become a totally different player.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you'll honestly feel like there's nothing you can do. And then because that coach believes in you, you're more willing to lay it all on the line for him. Like, what do you need? You need me to be the scrap guy? I'll dive on the floor, take charges. What do you need? Because, you're giving me that love and respect. I got to give it back to you,
So that's how you inspire loyalty,
Absolutely.
not just by
Fear. You don't do it by fear or hitting somebody or...
respect.
Yeah, that's how you do it, man. I truly believe that.
So for gathering plays, right?
Calming guys down.
Right.
Getting to refocus.
Right.
Giving them a play so they can kind of like 청신 차려.
Right. But they do that just to beat them up, right?
Yeah.
That was the most shocking to me.
And they do cheap up like during a timeout.
Right. But like other team coaches understand because they do it as well.
Yeah. And you know what the saddest thing is though? So when I first came to Korea, I was talking. A lot of stuff was happening like
Right.
that, and then I would talk to some of my youngs,
Right.
and they would say like, "Oh, that's not right,"
Right.
kind of stuff like we're talking about now. But then as time goes on, their coaches
They do the same
they
thing.
do the same thing. It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle.
Have you ever talked to them like why they do that? Like is it like pressure of winning or like something like that?
I think it's just I actually because once it gets to that point, I kind of don't even talk to them anymore
Right.
because I'm like disgusted.
Like
But I feel like it's more of just
how they learn the game? Is
that's how they learn, and that's the only way they. For example, if all my life I've had to run to the mountains, and when I practice basketball, I'm just running.
Right.
And from a young age, this is all I learned. So then when it's my turn to coach, what do I teach?
Right.
How do I teach skill work?
Right.
I don't even know what that process is. So I understand that.
Right.
But the thing is, if you have that responsibility and now you're a coach,
Right.
why not find out
Right.
how to teach?
Why not study?
Study it. Go abroad and shadow a program,
Right.
But it's like, I think it's like an ego and pride thing, because you know, the coaches have the 당장님, the
Right,
국장님,
right, right.
everybody's watching you.
Yeah.
So if you're moving like you don't know,
Right.
you know, they're gonna kill you.
Right.
You know, and then they're gonna talk behind your back, and then so it's like a fear thing also. So I understand that, but I just wish somebody would step up and be like, you know what, I'll take this loss if it becomes a loss, but I want to, you know, change it. But I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
Anytime soon. Well, like players like are raising their voices. Like it's kind of unprecedented. Like, you know, as you mentioned, like Dash. You know, I see his like Instagram lives. You know, he's very bold with his words.
Yeah, I like Dash, man. I've liked him when he was at Chungangdae for that 1 year.
Right.
I liked him, you know. Along with Tonyakins, you know, I like they was both on the same team. I liked them both, but Tonyakins is a little bit more, you know, political and more like toward Chake.
He's calm.
Yeah, but Dash, I like that about Dash.
He's more like the rebel, right?
Yeah, he's fearless, man.
Right.
Much respect.
And with this work ethic, I think it's like.
His work ethic is crazy.
Did you actually like witness it? Like.
I just heard about it.
Heard about it.
Yeah, I heard like now he's with the national team.
Yeah.
I heard he works out 4 times. The team works out twice. He works out 4 times. Like I think that's a little bit too much, honestly. I mean, I think that, you know, that time could be used a lot smarter.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what drives him, and you know, do what's best for him.
To shed light on the issue of injuries. Like as a, you know, just a student and people who study, like even if you get our ankles broken, it's like it doesn't have to do anything with our studying ability, right? But once you're an athlete, you build out for the season, right? Your body, you know, the work you put in, not in and out. But like if you tear your Achilles, like how does that feel like the rehab process? Like
It's very frustrating because you know the Korean culture is you gotta work hard,
right?
You know, and in the preseason when you're not working hard, you kind of feel like a wangda,
Right.
or like a saikun, like you're
Right.
cheating. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that part right there, personally, is tough. And then once you're finally healed, now you have to try to get back in shape while
Right.
other guys are already in shape.
Right,
And
right.
you know, it's painful.
Right.
It's painful, especially after surgery. You know, your muscles
Yeah.
are like all mucho
Stiff.
stiff. Yeah, you gotta like, you know, it's tough, man. It really is. Like coming back from injury is really tough. The crazy thing is, I never knew this was possible. But you know how in your ankle you have 3 tendons?
Uh-huh.
And as far as I've known growing up, if you rupture a tendon, you're getting surgery.
Right.
But here in Korea, they're like, oh, it's okay, you have 3. So you can rupture up to 2.
2. That's
And
crazy.
I was like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, it's okay. But as for the club, don't you want your players to be at their best?
Right.
So I'm sure if you have 3 tendons and you rupture 2 of them and you're playing with 1, I'm sure you're not as fast or
Right, sure.
something. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't have the same power.
Yeah.
So why does the Kudans like don't get surgery, just chewa and play?
Right.
So you're putting your player at a disadvantage.
Right.
So I don't understand that. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand.
It's not good for the long term, right?
No. But once again, you know, I don't think the Kudan really cares about
The players.
players personally.
Maybe the players they nurture is the same, so they feel like they could, you know,
Yeah.
change any player.
Yeah.
And there's no room for players, right?
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, you don't want to listen or you don't want to do that. All right, we'll get out. What are you gonna do? You don't have an education.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy.